What is up, ladies and gents? We are back to talk about the top 5 most popular games of 2022. In case you missed out on a few titles, the top 5 popular games based off of 2022 are Elden Ring, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Grand Theft Auto 5, Horizon Forbidden West, and Pokemon Arceus. Now, I know this is a huge variety of games, but they all have a very unique audience, and we're going to talk about what made these games widely successful throughout the week. These games are a masterpiece of entertainment that can be picked up by mostly anyone and still enjoy it. Now, I know what you may be thinking. What about the first-person shooter titles such as Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, Overwatch, or even MMO titles such as Lost Ark, Genshin Impact, or Final Fantasy? And we will get to those, but what I want to highlight is games that have been delivered as nearly complete or finished products that have provided the most to the consumer without repeated payments. That is the key difference. Elden Ring, for example, incorporated the ability to explore openly around the world along with the same theme of Dark Souls difficulty. It was one of the first games after a very long time that gave the player what felt like a complete game. Most games nowadays are bombarded with microtransactions or pay-to-win aspects, separating players by their wallets and not so much by their time invested. It was a game delivered for players that have never played this style of game to just know that the level of difficulty required to complete this game will whip you into shape as a mechanical player. Not just anyone can clear the content without understanding the importance of each step of the game. Unless you're a speedrunner, of course, then most players like that find bugs or exploits to skip past the game, but that's a whole different conversation. Now, to help with the growth of the game, even George R. Martin, who is the creator of the famous show Game of Thrones, was a part of the early aspects of the game's development. I feel most games in today's world lack this concept, a concept of world building that has immeasurable depth that doesn't exist as much anymore. And this brings to the next question. What makes a game so smooth? Why do players continue to play games years after the fact, like Grand Theft Auto, Counter-Strike, or even Minecraft? Is it strictly popular online, or is there an offline mode? Is it the lore that brings you back, or is it the ease of use like Minecraft, where mostly anybody can pick it up and start off on creative and have a great game of creativity? My thoughts for a successful game is the ability to create something fun and engaging that is brought forth by the opportunity to do something unique and help progress your effort through trials and tribulations. This in hand provides you with a dopamine reward system that is achieved once you complete the systematic tasks, granting instant gratification. With Elden Ring, for example, the game delayed some of these rewards with the mechanical difficulty, but it also provided a unique way to play the game with an adventurous story, and that's what made it so successful. I looked online with several Google searches from sources like the TechSpot, Empire, Economic Times to just get a better understanding of how other sources besides myself perceive Elden Ring. And they too agree that what made it such a memorable game is its reward system along with its world building. Now, I want to ask every one of you, what are some of your favorite games and why do you still continue to play them? What made them so great and what could you bring from that game onto a new game? Is it possible to incorporate, for example, one cool feature that can enhance microtransaction games is the ability to migrate previous purchases onto the newer titles, so you feel that you didn't waste your investment. How cool would it be to have years of cosmetics from old Call of Duty titles onto the newer ones? You can bring what you paid for over to new games in terms of cosmetics, or factors that don't actually affect player versus player. Another good feature from a game I played previously was the MMO in Bless Unleashed on console specifically, was the ticket system with live chat. Some games have ticket systems, but they're not as good. On Bless Unleashed, it was the first MMO style game I played with a live chat ticket system that allowed you to resolve the issues that you had within the game quickly. This is a perk that could be implemented for online games that gain popularity, that increase engagement with the consumer, building a better relationship. Lastly, the most important thing for me is that games should evolve with the times and realize that building a game can be marketed as so much more than just a video game with the right world building. Take, for example, Genshin Impact. It will now have its own anime. Cyberpunk had its own Netflix series. When done correctly, you can grow past the limitations of your game model and grow to further nurture your consumer base to continue supporting your creation. I'm digressing, however, but the points are still relevant to what makes a great game, so I leave it at that. If you have played Elden Ring, please let me know what you liked or hated about it. And again, I ask once more, if there are any other games that you guys have played, to let me know what worked for it and what didn't. Because this channel is dedicated to finding the issues with today's games and finding out if there's anything being done to fix them currently. Please remember to share this video so that we can open a discussion to our fellow gamers in hopes of creating a shift in the creation of our games to be better and provide a better user experience. Don't forget to subscribe and join my Discord community so we can talk about the games that are happening this year or next year, and follow the socials: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And remember guys, I'm the Guitarist562, and as always, stay blessed.